E-way bill. The section numbers referred to in the chapter pertain to CGST Act unless otherwise specified. Example, illustrations, question and answers as the case may be given in the chapter are based on the position of GST law existing as on 31/2024. Learning outcomes. After reading this chapter, you shall be equipped to comprehend the requirement of e-way bill and its benefit. Identify the situations in which e-way bill is required to be generated. Analyze the information to be furnished in e-way bill. Explain the provisions relating to consolidated e-way bills. Identify the situations where e-way bill is not required to be generated. Introduction. Under GST regime for quick and easy movement of goods across India without any hindrance, all the checkposts across the country are abolished. However, in order to monitor the movements of goods for controlling any tax evasion, e-way bill system has been introduced. दोस्तों जीएसटी रिजिम के अंतर्गत तेजी से और आसानी से गुड्स का पूरे इंडिया में बिना किसी दिक्कत के इजी मूवमेंट के लिए सभी चेक पोस्ट पे देश में जो है वो लगाए गए हैं. However, in order to the monitor to the movement of goods for controlling any tax evasion, e-way bill system has been introduced. Under this system, a taxpayer prior to movement of goods via a conveyance would inform each transaction's details to the tax department, obtain an acknowledgement number for having thus informed, and then use this acknowledgement number as a valid document accompanying the conveyance carrying goods. The idea is that the taxpayer be made to upload the details of each transactions a common portal through the internet, and once uploaded the common portal would automatically generate a document which can be tracked and verified easily by any stakeholder. E-way bill provisions discussed in this chapter are contained in section 68. Read with rules 138, 138A, 138B, 138C, 138D and 138E. Chapter XVI of the CGST Rules 2017. State GST law also prescribed identical provisions in relation to e-way bill. Provisions relating to e-way bill under CGST Act have also been made applicable to IGST Act via Section 20 of the IGST Act. Before proceeding to understand the e-way bill provisions, let us first go through a few relevant definitions. Relevant definitions. Common portal means the common goods and service tax electronic portal referred to in section 146, section 2, subsection 26. Taxable supplies means a supply of goods or service or both which is leviable to tax under this act, section 2, subsection 108. E-way bill place of business includes section 2, subsection 85, a place from where the business is ordinarily carried on, and includes a warehouse, a godown, or any other places where a taxable person stores his goods, supply or receives goods or services or both, or a place where a taxable person maintains his books of accounts, or a place where a taxable person is engaged in business through an agent by whatever name called. Taxable persons means a person who is registered or liable to be registered under section 22 or section 24, section 2, subsection 107. Principal place of business means the place of business specified as the principal place of business in the certificate of registration sections 2, subsection 89. Proper officer in relation to any function to be performed under his act means the commissioner of the of the officer of the central tax who is assigned that function by the commissioner in the board section 2 subsection 91. Registered person means a person who is registered under section 25 but doesn't include a person having a unique identity number section 294. Tax period means the period for which the return is required to be furnished. Section 2106. Documents includes written or printed record of any sort and electronic record as defined in Clause T of Section 2 of the Information Technology Act 2000, Section 241. Voucher means an instrument where there is an obligation to accept it as consideration or part consideration for a supply of goods or services, or both, and where the goods or services are both to be supplied or the identities of their potential suppliers are there indicated on the instrument itself or in related documentation, including the terms and conditions of use of such instrument. Section 2118. Conveyance includes a vessel and aircraft and a vehicle. Section 234. E-way bill. Section 68 read with relevant CGST rule 2017. Under GST regime, for quick and easy movement of goods across India without any hindrance, all the checkposts across the country are abolished. However, in order to monitor the movement of goods for controlling any tax evasion, e-way bill system has been introduced. Under the system, a taxpayer create movements of goods via conveyance would inform each transaction's details to the tax department. Obtain an acknowledgement number for having thus informed and then use this acknowledgement number as a valid document accompanying the conveyance carrying goods. The idea is that the tax will be made to upload the details of each transaction to a common portal through the internet. And once uploaded, the common portal would automatically generate a document which can be tracked and verified easily by any stakeholders. Statutory requirement. Section 68 stipulates that the government may require the person in charge of a conveyance carrying any consignment of goods or value exceeding such amount as may be specified to carry with him such documents and such devices as may be prescribed. Rule 138 describes e-way bill as the documents to be carried for the consignment of goods in certain prescribed cases. What is e-way bill? A waybill is a receipt or a document issued by a carrier giving details and instructions relating to the shipment of a consignment of goods, and the details include name of consignors, consignee, the point of origin of the consignment, its destinations and route. Electronic waybill (e-waybill) is a compliance mechanism wherein by way of a digital interface the person causing the movement of goods uploads the relevant information prior to the commencement of movements of goods and generates e-way bill on the GST portal. In other words, e-way bill is an electronic document generated on a GST portal evidencing the movement of goods. Where are the benefits of e-way bill? Following are the benefits of e-way bill mechanism. Physical interface to pave way for digital interface resulting in elimination of state boundary checkposts. It will facilitate faster movements of goods. It will improve the turnaround time of trucks and helps the logistics industry by increasing the average distance traveled, reducing the travel time as well as costs. Here the picture you can understand the mechanism. Here enhance supply chain efficiency, faster movements of goods, single e-way bill valid across the country, easy to generate online, reduced carbon footprints required for consignment values exceeding Rs 50,000. E-way bill is generated electronically in form GST EWB01 on the common portal www.ewaybillgst.gov.in. E-way bill can be generated through various modes like web, online, Android apps, SMS using bulk upload tool and API application program interface based site-to-site integration etc. The facility of generation, cancellation, updation and assignments of e-way bill is available to the supplier, recipient and the transporters. As the case may be, the prerequisites for generation of e-way bill is that the person who generates e-way bill should be a registered person on GST portal and he should register on the e-way bill portal using his GST ID. If the transporter is generating the e-way bill but he is not registered person under GST law, it is mandatory for him to get enrolled on e-way bill portal before generation of the e-way bill to get 15-digit unique transporter ID called TransIn. TransIn or transporter ID is a unique number generated by EWB system for unregistered transporter once he enrolls on the system, which is similar to GST Informat and is based on the state code, PAN and checksum digit. This transit or transporter ID can be shared by transporter with his clients, who may enter this number while generating e-bills for assigning goods to him for transportation. E-bill provisions as contained in Rules 138, 138A, 138B, 138C, 138D, and 138E, Chapter XBI of the CGST Rules 2017 are elaborated as under. When e-bill is required to be generated, Rule 131, 138.1. Whenever there is a movement of goods of consignment value exceeding 50,000 in relation to a supply or for reason other than supply due to invalid supply from an unregistered person. The registered person who calls such movements of goods shall furnish the information relating to the said goods as specified in Part A of Form GST EWB01 before commencement of such movement. It is important to note that information is to be furnished prior to the commencement of movement of goods and it to be issued whether the movement is in relation to a supply of for reason other than supply, who causes movement of goods. If supplier is registered and undertakes to transport the goods, movement of goods is caused by the supplier. If recipient arranges transport, movement is caused by him. If goods are supplied by an unregistered supplier to a registered recipient, movement shall said to be caused by such recipient if the recipient is none at the time of commencement of the movements of goods.